Hello students. In last session we discussed about sugar found in DNA and RNA. Now we will start this session with the topic nitrogen bases. The nitrogen bases are of two types, purine and pyrimidine. Both DNA and RNA contain the two types of purines, adenine and guanine. Purines are dicyclic and have fused 5 and 6 member rings. Pyrimidines are monocyclic and have a 6 member ring. Pyrimidines are of two types, thymine and cytosine. In RNA, thymine is replaced by uracil. So, cytosine and thymine are found in DNA and cytosine and uracil are found in RNA. So, DNA consists of 4 bases, adenine, guanine, cytosine and thymine. And RNA has adenine, guanine, cytosine and uracil. न्यूक्लिक एसिड में दो प्रकार के बेसिस होते हैं, प्यूरीन और pyrimidine. डीएनए और आरएनए दोनों में ही प्यूरीन होते हैं, एडेनिन और गुआनिन. डीएनए में pyrimidine होते हैं, थायमिन और साइटोसिन, परंतु आरएनए में थायमिन की जगह पर यूरेसिल होता है. अतः डीएनए में 4 बेसिस होते हैं, एडेनिन, गुआनिन, साइटोसिन और थायमिन. और आरएनए में 4 बेसिस होते हैं, एडेनिन, गुआनिन, साइटोसिन और यूरेसिल. Structure of adenine and guanine is shown in this slide. Here is the structure of cytosine and thymine. In RNA, thymine is replaced by uracil. Now we will talk about base pairing in DNA. An adenine and thymine pair has 2 hydrogen bonds and a guanine and cytosine pair has 3 hydrogen bonds. This means that the hydrogen bonding between guanine and cytosine is stronger in the sense that it requires more energy to break. The base pairing is specific, means that each base along one polynucleotide strand of the DNA is matched with the base in the opposite position on the other strand. The sequences of bases along the two strands are complementary with each other. डीएनए में एडेनिन 2 हाइड्रोजन बॉन्ड्स के द्वारा जुड़ता है थायमिन के साथ और गुआनिन 3 हाइड्रोजन बॉन्ड बनाकर जुड़ता है साइटोसिन के साथ. इसका यह अर्थ हुआ कि गुआनिन और साइटोसिन की हाइड्रोजन बॉन्डिंग एडेनिन और थायमिन के बीच की हाइड्रोजन बॉन्डिंग से ज़्यादा स्ट्रॉन्ग है और उसको तोड़ने के लिए ज़्यादा एनर्जी की आवश्यकता पड़ती है. बेस पेयरिंग स्पेसिफिक होती है और डीएनए के दोनों स्ट्रैंड के बेस पेयर एक दूसरे के कॉम्प्लीमेंट्री होते हैं. एडेनिन का कॉम्प्लीमेंट्री है थायमिन और गुआनिन का कॉम्प्लीमेंट्री होता है साइटोसिन. इसलिए डीएनए के एक स्ट्रैंड की बेस सीक्वेंस ज्ञात होने पर उसके कॉम्प्लीमेंट्री स्ट्रैंड की बेस सीक्वेंस पता की जा सकती है. 2 hydrogen bonds are found between adenine and thymine, while 3 hydrogen bonds are present between guanine and cytosine. The nitrogen base is linked to the sugar molecule by a glycosidic bond. The bond is formed between the first carbon atom of the sugar and nitrogen at position 1 in case of pyrimidine and at position 9 in case of purine. There is phosphodiester bond between phosphate and deoxyribose. Phosphate group is attached to the 5' carbon of deoxyribose sugar of one nucleotide and 3' carbon of the deoxyribose sugar of next nucleotide. Phosphate group gives strong negative charge to the nucleic acids, DNA and RNA both. So both are negatively charged. That's why in gel electrophoresis they will be pulled towards the positively charged pole, that is anode. नाइट्रोजन बेस शुगर मॉलिक्यूल के साथ ग्लाइकोसिडिक बॉन्ड के द्वारा जुड़ा होता है। फॉस्फेट ग्रुप और डिऑक्सीराइबोज शुगर के बीच फॉस्फोडाइएस्टर बॉन्ड बनता है। फॉस्फेट ग्रुप के कारण ही न्यूक्लिक एसिड्स यानी कि डीएनए और आरएनए दोनों पर ही स्ट्रॉन्ग नेगेटिव चार्ज होता है। Here is the list of base, nucleoside and nucleotide present in DNA. Here nucleosides and nucleotides are shown in more detail, which was explained earlier. This slide shows how base attaches with sugar molecule forming nucleoside, and the nucleoside attaches with phosphate group forming nucleotide. The explanation of earlier slide is given here. In this slide, formation of nucleosides and nucleotides are shown. This slide is showing a single polynucleotide chain which is formed by the polymerization of 3 nucleotides. A number of nucleotide monomer units may join to form a polynucleotide chain through the formation of phosphodiester bond. A diester bond is one which involves 2 ester bonds. A phosphodiester bond will be formed between any 2 adjacent nucleotides. A polynucleotide chain would have a direction so that if it starts from carbon 3, it would end in carbon 5, and if it starts from carbon 5, it would end in carbon 3. Normally, therefore, whether we are referring to a mononucleotide or else to a polynucleotide, we should indicate the groups present at carbon 5 end and at carbon 3 end. It could be either a phosphate group or a hydroxyl group. Chargaff equivalence rule. In 1950, Irwin Chargaff analyzed and measured the base composition of DNA from different organisms. Exact ratio of 4 nucleotides vary from species to species. He discovered that in all DNA, the amount of purine was equal to the amount of pyrimidine. Thus, A plus G equal to C plus T. The amount of adenine was equal to the amount of thymine, and amount of cytosine was equal to the amount of guanine. However, A plus T oblique G plus C ratio varies from species to species. In higher plants and animals, generally AT composition is high, whereas in low plants and animals, GC composition is high. By X-ray crystallographic studies of DNA, William Thomas gave three-dimensional structure of DNA in 1938. X-ray diffraction data was provided by Wilkins and Franklin. On the basis of this data, Watson and Crick proposed a double helical model for DNA structure in 1953, which was published in the journal Nature. Watson and Crick were awarded Nobel Prize for this in 1962. They shared the prize with Wilkins. The double helix DNA model was a landmark research in the field of biology, as it provided explanation for base composition, DNA replication, and its biological properties. This slide shows the picture of James Watson and Francis Crick, who gave the double helical model for DNA structure. According to their model, DNA consists of two polynucleotide chains twisted around one another. Each chain makes one complete turn every 34 angstrom. The helix is right-handed, means each chain follows a clockwise path as it progresses. The bases are spaced at 3.4 angstrom, and so there are 10 bases per helical turn in each strand, or 10 base pairs per turn of the double helix. The strands are anti-parallel. DNA is very dynamic model, constantly in motion. This is the double helical model of DNA given by Watson and Crick. For more details, you should go through these books.
Okay, let's try something different.